The situation in Russia and Ukraine at the moment is the most significant security crisis that Europe has seen in several decades, and it has prompted incredible outrage and sanctions on Russian forces and Russian elites in the country. So Russia has just recognized two breakaway provinces of Ukraine that they have long been supporting separatist forces in for several years now. That situation is the biggest escalation of the conflict that we've seen to date. So the Biden administration said that they were going to be issuing more stringent sanctions on Putin's inner circle, on Russian financial institutions, and really ramping up basically the economic pressure on Russia to try and deter them from this conflict. Their goal with these sanctions is to maintain Ukraine as an independent, peaceful country. So we know that these sanctions are going to have a blowback on the United States and its European allies. And President Biden has been very upfront about that. Sanctions are often a two-way street, cutting off Russian gas, making Russian financial institutions harder to operate in the West. That is going to have very, very severe repercussions for Russia. They are also going to have ripple effects for the United States. You're going to see some of that in American stocks. You're going to see some of that in the global price of oil and gas. Americans are probably going to notice in the short term the impact on some basic brass tacks economic needs. The Biden administration is saying that to preserve a democratic, open society, such as Ukraine, and to make an example of that for around the world, though, that needs to be a price that free countries like the United States need to be willing to make. When, for instance, more Russian troops really do start rolling into the rest of these provinces and start engaging with the Ukrainian government, that's when you're going to see a complete shutdown of Western institutions from working with Russian institutions. That's going to be a situation that's going to be almost a bifurcation of the global economy again in a Cold War-like way. It's just been a principle for international politics since the end of the World War that you just don't invade other countries. We've seen over the past several decades that when countries do that, it does hurt economies all around the world. The United States is trying to stop that in this situation, and that is going to have economic ramifications